Welcome back to Keep It Real channel. Today we have top content on what keeps long-term marriage going. And Dr. Orion, who is a licensed clinical psychologist that specializes in relationship, is going to talk about this topic. Let's go.
I find this difficult. I find it difficult to be in. I'm in a 5-year relationship now. I'm like, how do you go for another 50 years? Because I you know, with the same person and maintain the spontaneity and excitement for 50 years, and being the kind of novel, sexually attractive, whatever, while also being stable, safe, predictable, comfortable, present at the same time. Like they feel like
hard.
paradoxes.
It's very hard, and you have to be creative.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the reason why there are that places like Victoria's Secret exist. You know what I'm saying? It's like 21-year-old girls aren't shopping there, really.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not willing to actually open up your relationship, then you have to kind of make your partner feel new, which could mean different outfits. It could mean play and entering in and experimenting with different roles behind closed doors. It can also just mean travel.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing that really seems to spark sex life in couples is foreign bed sheets. And I think that you've just sort of changed the context, and that's enough of a spark of novelty to bring some of the sexual interest back for the man.
So he's saying what keeps the sexual spark alive in a marriage is when a woman can bring novelty to a man. And the way a woman can bring novelty is wearing different outfits, traveling with the man, not spending so much time with the man. What else? She can also do more playing around the bedroom. All of those things brings novelty and it keeps the sexual spark alive.
I think novelty is more important for men than for women.
One of the things that really works in my relationship that I've observed is just being away.
Absolutely.
So I come out here for, I'm out here for a couple of weeks now. I'm not going to see and then I was doing Dragon's Den before this in the UK. So I was away for a while then. In total, I wouldn't have seen my partner for about 4 weeks. So when I come back, it's kind of like they're a new person.
It is. I mean, one of the things about what made relationships work back in the day is men didn't really spend a lot of time with women and vice versa. James Sexton, the divorce lawyer, he had this great line on the Soft White Underbelly interview when he was responding to the spike in divorces during COVID, when everybody was shut down and forced into close company with each other for extended periods of time. He said that men and women signed up for better or for worse, but not for lunch. It's really hard to just be in each other's space all the time. And the fact of the matter is, when we lived in extended kin networks and communities, men had a bunch of men to do things with, and women had a bunch of women to talk to. And even in the 50s, which is kind of romanticized as the paragon of conservative traditional marriage, that was the time when the man was a traveling salesman and he was on the road for 200 days out of the year. Having an office has kept more marriages alive than probably any other toy or therapy or intervention on the planet.
So if you guys are in a marriage, it is recommended that you don't spend a lot of time together to a point that it feels more like you guys are roommates, right? Because that is not going to keep the sexual spark alive. There's no novelty in that. But if you guys are going outside of the house and, the man is hanging out with his buddy, the woman is hanging out with her girlfriends, and you guys are doing your own thing, and you're experiencing different things, when you come home and you are with each other, you have much more to talk about. And that brings a novelty into the relationship. And that brings more chemistry into the relationship. But if you're texting each other all the time, if you're talking to each other all the time, if you know where each other are all the time, it brings the curiosity down and it brings the novelty down, which as a result brings the sexual spark down. So that's no good.
You need to leave. You need to leave. And it's even harder to do that with the advent of cellular technology. It's like being physically absent doesn't matter if the whole time you're there, I know where you are at all times because I've put a tracking thing on your phone and I'm constantly communicating with you throughout the day. Like now there's no uncertainty. There's no mystery. There's no unknown. So when we get back together, what do we have to talk about? I'm not interested in you because I believe you're an entirely known entity. You need to have something that I don't know yet to attract my interest and curiosity, which is the spark that eventually potentially leads to passion.
That kind of reminds me of couples who are together for a long time and they're very compatible, but they get so tired of each other that they get a separation or divorce. And then during that separation, they miss each other. But that's because they're only missing the they're only missing the novelty part, right? They were with each other for such a long time with such frequency. They saw each other all the time that they didn't have that sexual spark anymore, and that caused them to separate. But now that they're away from each other, that sparks come back and they want to go back together. It kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about novelty. Is that like a significant variable in long term marriage? Let me know your thoughts. Leave it down the comment below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time.